Hello everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Essence. And as I said in the last video, I wanted to talk a little further about manifesting spiritual organisms and how they affect you and how you can learn how to maintain them. So, spiritual organisms are spirits that come from spiritual energy. However, they are not naturally occurring. No, they are made by you. So one of the examples that actually it's the source of where I got this idea from and how I started to work with it. So if anyone watching this video has seen the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh!, the episode where Yugi and Maximilian Pegasus duel. They duel in the Shadow Realm, where when a monster is summoned, they have to actually mentally summon it with their own mind. And it can be very straining on those who aren't used to it. Because you can't, if you stop thinking about it, it will disappear. Same thing happened to that trading card manifestation that I did some time back. It was the Yu-Gi-Oh card Hero Shadow Scout, where I actually summoned it from the card and using my energy, and it actually started to have a mind of its own pretty quickly. But I haven't thought about it in quite some time, and in fact, it's non-existent now. The thing is, you have to keep maintaining these spiritual organisms, keep feeding them energy, or else they'll just disappear. So if you were to summon, let's say, a dragonfly, obviously picture it in your mind, in your mind's eye, and work on the detail, bring it to life. What is its behavior like? Is it aggressive? Is it kind? Is it skittish? What's the colors of it? What are is it green? Is it red? Is it blue? Is it multicolored? And how big is it? Is it like an average dragonfly, or is it huge, like the prehistoric dragonfly Meganuria? You know, thinking about these details are key to bringing forth this spiritual being. And the same thing can be said with creating a god. It's all about how much energy you feed it and how much energy that you give it. You know, how much do you let it, happen? How much energy do you let it feed off of before it actually starts to have a mind of its own? Now, if these beings have a mind of their own over time, it's not a bad thing. As long as you don't fill it with anything negative or hateful, because then it might actually try to attack you instead. So that's a no-no. I unfortunately have experience with this to where I had to destroy it myself with my own mental abilities. It was a nightmare, but it's over. So you would want to call upon this dragonfly whenever you need something. Maybe even give it a special ability, like if you want to call it for protection. Maybe when it's around, it creates a force field around you, and just see that happening and work with it. Work with the energy. Keep feeding it energy until it's strong enough to survive on its own. And at that point, it will take a long time before that energy dissipates. So you want to keep feeding it energy, keep it growing strong. That energy is the key. It's the umbilical cord. And if you cut that off, it's not going to grow any stronger. But the thing is, no matter what being you summon, you just have to make sure to maintain it in your mind as long as possible, because it can be a little straining sometimes. And I did mention a little bit about that in my last video, where it can be mentally straining to summon these things and keep thinking about them, especially when you are out in your day-to-day life, when you have to focus on other things. So it can be pretty difficult if you just summon something and all of a sudden something distracts you and then it fades off. But if that happens, do not panic. you can bring it back. In fact, it helps to draw a picture of it. And if you like, make a symbol that is associated with that being that you made. And work on energizing that symbol. Therefore, you can cast that symbol at any time using your mind. Just see it out in front of you, and it will summon the creature right away. That is a more easier thing to do. But it helps to draw a picture of the being that you are summoning. That way you have an idea, and it doesn't morph over time and change the entire energy. It's good to remain consistent with the thoughts. What other uses can you use this for? Pretty much everything. I mean, protection, healing. You can also use it for self-defense, like the Dark Army that I made. You can use it for bonding. If you are a lonely person and you would want to create something like that for company, that's fine too. If you want to make it look like an actual person, that's fine. However, I'm going to have a disclaimer on that. So there are some people, of course, who have mental disorders that can lead them to hallucinate. And over time, even people who don't have such things can eventually gain such things. I remember hearing the accounts of the main character guy from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. He had to speak to an invisible thing, and they animated Roger Rabbit later, so he had to talk to like nothing. There wasn't even an actor there for him to talk to in place of him. No, he had to talk to nothing, and eventually he started seeing things. He got mentally fucked up from that. So just be careful if you do use that for social purposes. Do know that real social interaction can't really be replaced, but it's something to watch out for. And I say this because I care. I care about what happens to you guys. But there are many different purposes that you can use it for, depending on what you need. And truth be told, the greater the need that you have, the stronger the connection will be when you are energizing this being, and will help out a lot greater. So just feel in your heart exactly what you need at this moment. If you don't want to use it for any such purpose other than for practice with your spiritual abilities, that's fine too. You don't have to have a purpose for everything. If you merely want to use it for practice, go right ahead. Go right ahead. That's actually a good idea. That is a very good idea. I would suggest that you guys, if nothing else, practice. Right? Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell button so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And have a blessed day, everybody.